Hello, hello. It is Jaden Avery Love of Optimum Humanity. Howdy. So I am back today, not with an Allegro Monday, not with a Oya Wednesday, I am coming to you straight off the Tuesday, like, I got, I got some stuff to see, huh? And, like, okay, so this morning, what I put out on my Instagram was a video that was very reminiscent of, oh yeah, and it's Tuesday now. I don't have a deity that I thank or appreciate or do rituals for on Tuesday. Um, and if you guys have some suggestions, please tell me. Because all of them are for each of us, right? But I do know that the message that I was giving today was very much, oh yeah, it was very much death and transition. I even said like butterfly, like transition, because even though I actually wear my butterflies to represent Oshun, it still is that butterflies represent her sister Oya as well, because Oya is about the tempest, the death and transition, the transition of one stage to another, right? And so I was speaking about a butterfly, because now that we are transitioned and made into a butterfly, now it's time for us to leave behind that old shell. What is this? I said on my Instagram, I thought it was so funny. I thought it was hilarious when I watched it back. I said, what is this? What is this caterpillar stuff? What is this crawling on the floor thing? I don't know. I'm not a caterpillar anymore. I'm a butterfly now. So a lot of times it is. I was finding that it was good to give this message of being able to not only appreciate creating as a fellow co-creator, but also to appreciate the destruction of the person that you used to be, that really was not authentic with who you are and who you were supposed to be here on earth, right? So I want to talk a little bit about that. Definitely gonna do a reading about that, and this reading is very, very open ended right now. Like, I don't know what's gonna come out, and I feel like that's the best way. No expectations or anything. But I also want to speak about how now I don't know if this is my personal journeys or if other people are seeing this as well. If you are, please leave a comment. But I am seeing a lot of the Orisha energies are like kind of like overlapping. Like yesterday, I had my Oshun was pouring libation for Ilegwa on Monday. And then today, I woke up with very much the Oya spirit, and then also, but that was still mixed in with the Alegua from yesterday. So, I'm not confused. I'm just like, hey, the more the merrier. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I don't want to boast about this. Can I boast about this? Yes, I can boast about this. I'm about to be getting into my Obatala very, very soon. Like, I'm looking him up, or them up, rather. I'm looking them up. And I'm not sure. Listen, the very first Orisha that I've ever heard of, it was Obatala. And the way that I say he, because that's what I'm talking about. That's who I was seeing him as the time. Who I was seeing him as at that time. I saw him as a boy. And he came when I was like in Covenant House, and this is like, I almost feel like I want to say like this is the 90s. No, it really wasn't. It was I graduated high school in 2008. So this is like 10 years ago. And that's when I was first hearing about him, but I didn't get into him. And then after that, I heard about Ogun because I was in a dance class and we were doing the Ogun dance. And I enjoyed it. We were just like whacking away those weeds, like. But anyway, and then it was Ilegua. My father came to me. And then it was Oya. Or it was Oya, you were first. Because I had seen that movie with Queen Latifah. I think it was called Bessie. and I was like, I was starting to explore how attracted I am to the feminine body, the feminine bodied human, um, invoking the masculine role, how attracted I am to that, because I am a two-spirit, and because I am both, I'm neither, and so I am attracted to masculinity. Masculinity is what I'm attracted to, right? So anyway, that's neither here nor there. I don't even know why I got into that, but because a lot of these deities, and we're gonna find this out, you guys. A lot of our deities are inherently, queer. I'm sorry to say. No, I'm not sorry to say that. I am not, because sexuality is fluid, because it's just the system that we're working on as humans. And if I sell you any idea while you're on my page or while you're looking at any of my videos, it's that soon what's going to start happening is everything is going to bleed together. Everything is going to bleed together, because what we are here witnessing, is more than just our rules, right? It's more than, it's not just black and white. There's. I hope that this is making sense, but it's more than just our rules that make things true. We're trying to see the whole story. Okay, we're not trying to. We're not purposefully trying to discover better ways to treat women, gays, black people. That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to open our eyes to the whole story. Okay? And for a long time, we chose a faction of people and we honored them as number one. Now, in seeing the rest of the population and now opening our eyes to the rest of the factions of people, the different types of people, we have to be not trying to purposefully ignore what we were doing before, because then the signature of what we were doing before comes out in the end result. So we don't want the end result to come out with even a tinge of racism, because we know that race does not exist. You see what I'm saying? I have a little alfalfa sprout. And so we don't want it to come out in the wash. What we want to do is pick our pockets now before we put our pants in the fucking washer, so that way, if you have, God forbid, you got some lipstick in your goddamn pocket. You got some lipstick in your packet. And that you won't be able to get that out, and that's a problem. Okay, so I guess that was like me, like just doing a little like channeling, Yeah, we want to do it the clean way. A lot of times people think that there's this thing called reverse racism. No. It doesn't work like that, honey. You go and you honor one thing, and then there is no reversing that. You just chose to honor that one thing. That's it. A lot of people are seeing different things and different, whatever. I hope that made sense. Okay, I'm not trying to confuse you. I know that a good amount of that came out good, and again, this is spirit. Okay, the first one. First, I'm gonna use this. I'm going to use the Moon Oracle. Okay, I'm just getting the decks that I want to use all together. Alright, so I had to go get my ancestral deck, because I know that my ancestors have a lot to say to us. But the first deck we're going to use is the Shaman Tarot. Whew. And let's just take a deep breath real quick. Let's just take a deep breath. I like to ring my bell. There's a lot of different ways, there's a lot of different breathing exercises that you can choose. A meditative breath that's really popular is in 4 seconds, hold 4 seconds, out 8 seconds, hold 4 seconds. So yeah, that's In 4 seconds. So in through the nose 4 seconds. Hold 4 seconds. Out 7, 8 seconds. I do long. Some people do 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Yeah, but I do 4, 4, 8, 4 because I just feel like um I just feel like that inhale, the exhale is like death. And I feel like we need to spend more time on death. I feel like, it's funny, I'm banging on da'at as I say that, but I feel like we need to spend more time honoring death and transition. And knowing that there is no end to anyone's story. There is no end to the story. That's not how we made it. We didn't make it like that. We made it like you're done at this point when you feel like you're done. That's it. All right. So let's take these deep breaths. Try to fill your mind with the sound of the bell. One more. Okay, so I wanted to put on a little music, have some background things going on. We're gonna start in here with the Shaman Tarot, Spirit, messages for the collective Spirit, messages for the Starseed Collective. Please tell me like what's too loud and everything. The Starseed Collective, Spirit, messages. Okay. So we got the Fool and the Four of Swords so far. King of Cups. Three of Wands. Judgment. Nine of Cups. Hierophant. No, not the Hierophant. Give me 1 second. I remember this. Oh, the Emperor. Sorry. And then the Page of Wands. Right at the gate, I mean, obviously we're starting something new. Let me get my thoughts together. Okay, so this top row, what I'm getting from this, we're starting something new. It's a new journey in our lives, a new chapter in our lives. And this chapter is starting inside, you know? For those who know my channel, it's like, what news? What news? Right? I've been saying, like, with this corona, this chapter of everyone's life that is this coronavirus. Excuse me, we're starting this new chapter inside of ourselves, literally at home. And in this card, there is, you can see that he's at home. He's in the bed and the doctors are around him. Right? Maybe a family member, maybe a father is right there at the tip of the bed. Right here. But then the doctor is up here. And this card speaks about dreams too. So watch out for your dreams as well. But also just realize that this is about that introspection. Introspection. Alright? I would even go further to say that this is definitely about the introspection. We have the King of Cups here. King of Rocks. Okay? And so it's like this is controlling the emotions. The controller. He is the controller. Because he controls the waters, right? And you know, Neptune is that feminine father spirit, you know? That is the feminine father spirit, very dreamy, and very much it gets you to hone directly in on what is yours, because you can't see everything around you. Because it's hazy, you're like squinting your eyes, so you're trying to see as much as you can, but directly, like that one thing that you're aiming at, right? And so it makes you squint, so you are actually directing your attention like that, you know, to one point. And you know, you'll notice that a lot of the energies that spirit does work with us with is it gets us to offshoot something. So because you're in this direction and they put you in speaking of like the universe, puts you in this direction so harshly, and you're like, no, I must go this way. So then you end up going this way, and that's actually the direction that you're supposed to be going. You see? And so it uses the pressure or even pain or sometimes just uncomfortable situations to move you into another direction, and then in that direction where you did not plan to go, you find your spirit, you find home. Okay? And this is like plans for the future, going three of wands is like plans for the future growing. And things coming into play. Like I always picture three wands, or three logs rather, like growing out of the floor, like that. Like one's in the middle and the other two on the end. And then I always think of like vines growing on those logs, right? And it's just like in all different directions, life starting to unfurl itself. And it's very much that energy of spring. Hey, that energy of spring. I'm going to go ahead and say with all this nature that this is like Ochun. Look at how Judgment, his arms are outstretched, but right on top of Judgment we have the Fool with his arms outstretched. That's very, very synchronistic. It's definitely representing that same energy of you are being called for something, okay? And honestly, it's like 10 is the 1 and the 0, you know? So it's like the 0, Fool. And it's like you're being called to something. You have a need. We have a need for specifically you. Specifically you. That's what we have a need for. 9 of Cups is the winner circle, honey. But do you see that the 9 of Cups, what's he doing? Meditating. Meditating, honey. And levitating. I had this thing with a friend, like 2018, where I was like, I feel like we're going to be the first class of people to see people levitate, rather. I feel like we're going to literally be able to witness that with the amount of energy that we are putting into our intuition and into the feminine and into that percentage of life that you cannot touch and taste and feel, you know. but rather you can feel it. There's no physical proof of these things, right? Just like the coronavirus, no physical proof of this thing except for people getting sick, right? And we know about bacteria, but we can't see it. And that's the important message, I think, because it's like the conjunction with Jupiter and Pluto is making big things small and small things big. So the things that you thought were really small and minuscule and would never matter in your life, they're becoming huge. And that speaks volumes about the Me Too era and what a lot of these men have been taught to feel and think about women. So the Nine of Cups, this is that meditative spirit, and it's sitting right under the Four of Swords. And that is talking about introspection. It's that introspective analysis, y'all. We are in the thick of it. Do it till you can't do it no more. And at that, remember that everything you do is a type of meditation. So what type of meditation is good for you? I don't know if singing is, if it's dancing, if it is sitting down and rocking back and forth, honey. Do it. It's worth it, I promise you. Because you're going to get to learn and fall in love with yourself. And because you are falling in love with yourself, yes, yourself. No selfishness, yourself, okay? When we fall in love with ourselves, we then start to, oh my God, I can understand the world. That's what people were doing. You can start to understand because you start to develop the quality of all understanding. And that is in all of us because why we are alive and what makes us alive, that energy of spirit. The Emperor tells you how to be outside, gives you the law. Controller. So the controller of emotion is making the law here. Wow! I just heard that. The controller of emotion is laying down the law, honey. The person who controls emotion is laying down the law. The controller of emotion is laying down the law. So the game is about. The game is about. And I'm talking to a lot of masculines here because there's nothing but masculines here except for Oshun. And that's the way that it's always set up. Oshun is like always the only one with the boys, and then she gets like counted out, and then she has to go away, and then they realize they need her, and then they have to get on their knees and beg, okay, and then I'll come back, and then you can have your sweet waters back, okay. I know only certain people understood that. But the controller of emotion, the King of Cups, that is what's telling you. What's laying down the law. See, the Emperor, it's like two things about the Emperor. One is that first he doubts that he was that he's here and perfect for the role that he was born into, right? And so he runs away from his responsibilities. But then as you know, darkness is the best teacher. So he goes away and then he finds out that he is the perfect and ordained person for the role that he was born into, okay? And so he comes back and then he starts telling people from experience, I needed to pause there for some people, from experience, he tells people how to best live their lives physically, okay? The Hierophant is going to teach you how to live your life spiritually, but the Emperor, he's going to teach you how to live your life physically in the best way possible. And the best way that he is subscribing is to be that King of Cups and control your emotions. But in order to control your emotions, you have to have been the Queen of Cups. You have to know what is yours and what belongs to the world. What is yours and what belongs to mom. What's yours and what belongs to the bestie. Because it's not the same thing. And I know that it's tempting because birds of a feather flock together. So we try to be online, stay on crease, on crest with our friends, right? Because that's what this whole thing is about. Birds of a feather flocking together because you're going my way, you can help me go my way, and I'm going to help you go yours. But we are going side to side, and I'm on my own journey and you're on yours, but we can help each other. Blah. So it's very much that type of energy. I'm gonna move on from that. Page of Wands. This is the shit starter. I always say my little shits. The pages, the little shits, okay? He's the shit starter. The page of Wands is in it to win it because their passion is everything. Did you see that? Were you able to? Yeah, you can see where that fell. This fell right on top of judgment. Your passion is everything. And that's the thing that's leading you. And this is calling it falling on judgment because it's like a whole circle right here. It's like a full circle. It's like a full circle. Or it's like a full drum. That was a corny joke, but I feel like I made it. You see the drum? And it fell on top of this like bong, bong, bong. Are you hearing the music, y'all? Are you hearing that trumpet? Are you hearing the trumpet of Judgment Day, y'all? Are you hearing it? Okay? Are you going inside to see what that is? Okay? What it is to call you? Are you there controlling these emotions? In order to control your emotions, you would have to admit that you had them. So I'm not saying that you're lying, that you're not doing your work. I'm just saying that your society does not say to deal with your emotions. So on a pandemic, when we're locked inside, why would you go try to deal with your emotions? No, we're gonna sit here and watch TV. It's up to you. No judgment call. No judgment, just the judgment card. That's a good one. And then, okay. And this is where you're, look at these two staffs. Look at the two staffs. Well, I mean, I know they're both wands, but still, oh yeah, they're both wands. Look at that. They're both wands right on top of each other. Wands right on top of each other. Fire at the end. The only thing we don't have is earth here. Yeah. Well, we do have a drum. In this deck, the drums are earth. So the only thing that's grounding us is the thing that is calling us forth. Wow! In this point in time period, the only thing that is grounding us is the thing that is causing us lift off into our new being, our new self. The only thing that is grounding us in this deck, drums, is pentacles. The only thing that is grounding us... Wait, I didn't even see what that last card was. The last card is 8 of Wands. Shit. Oh my god, girl. This is happening now. This is now. I'm putting this over here. This is now. And under that I have... Wow. And under that I have this. I'm going to stop here. But look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at our oracles. Look at our oracle cards. First, we start out with and I just said, the only thing that's causing you grounding is what's causing you to lift up, right? Look at the aliens, and he's ascending. We are ascending. Arms out, y'all. Arms out. Arms out. We are flying, honey. Look at these color look at these colors. That pink, that love. That crown chakra. Baby. That crown chakra, baby. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I don't know what's wrong. Okay, then we have all-knowing goddess Tara. Okay, in between the B and the J pose. Okay, and that doorway to knowledge, that doorway of initiation, hunteet. Because of what you know, you can never set it down, honey. You can't unlearn things. That's not how it works. You can ignore some things, but that is a pushing away of knowledge already gained, right? So, you know. And then I got the Ace of Cups. The new beginnings. It's doorway. This is a fucking doorway, honey. Together, this is a goddamn doorway. And this doorway is open yesterday. The doorway is open yesterday. Now my elbow hit this. This would be 5 of Cups. I can't. I'm not allowed to. Oh my Jesus. Oh my Jesus. I think I got something wrong. I'm sorry, y'all. something wrong, y'all? Yep. I got something wrong. I'm sorry, y'all. So sorry. Made a little boop boop. But it actually plays out really well though. Because, and the reason why I found out is because this is Judgment XX. But this is the Wheel of Fortune. Hunty bunty cunty bunty. I did not mean to say that word. Anyway. This is the Wheel of Fortune. So the only thing that is grounding us at this point, and this point in time, the only thing that is grounding us is the very fact that what goes up must come down, and what is down always has its time at the top. Okay, that is what you need to remember with the Wheel of Fortune, hunty. Okay, and again, I'm not gonna back down. Outstretched arms. Outstretched arms, people. Okay? Outstretched arms. Welcoming everything into you. To spirit, welcoming spirit on in, okay? As a matter of fact, the only person that does not have outstretched arms in this whole thing is the guy who is meditating. This Nine of Cups. Winner's Circle. You got the winner's circle because you found out how to meditate. You meditated. You're creating that closed circuit. Okay? Honoring that closed circuit that is the human body. And doing that introspective analysis to understand yourself. Honey, this didn't change very, very much. It didn't change much of the reading. Look at this. Outstretched arms. He's about to say what needs to be controlled. He's about to say what's going on. What's good. Okay? No excuses, just outstretched arms. Knowing that we fucking with the knowledge of the all because we are the all. Okay? Shoot, don't play me. Do not play me. I hear myself in my head saying, ancestors, what would you like to say? But I'm picking up this one. And everybody's telling me, yep, you're good. Go ahead. Go for the show. Ancestors, what messages do you have for the collective about what Spirit just said to us? What messages do you have for the collective about what Spirit just said to us, Spirit? I mean, ancestors. Ancestors, what messages do you have for the collective about what Spirit just told us? Ancestors, one more time. One more time.